Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Montego Bay Community College, Town Hall for this special parent orientation. It is an opportunity for us to meet again, to share with you pertinent information and to answer questions that you may have as we seek to navigate these uncertain times. We have started the school year virtually, and the experience, I know, have been novel to students as well as parents. There are challenges, there are opportunities, and I know that it has been a lot of adjustments on our part, on your part as parents, and we are in this together. We are going to make it together, and so we want to keep the dialogue going, and so that is why we have invited you to join us and to join our principal as she will seek to share with you and to answer the questions that you may have. So we welcome you this evening to this special parent orientation, this town hall. Before we proceed, I invite you, wherever you are, to join me for prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the mercies of the day, for taking us through, for providing for us, for giving us the opportunity to serve this constituency of students here in Montego Bay. We ask that you bless the evening's proceeding. May it be fruitful. May we leave here better equipped to serve and to give support to our young men and women, so that this country will be a better place because of their sojourn here and because of your investment in them. Thank you once again, O Lord, for being with us and guiding the proceedings. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you very much. We are going right ahead into our program. We do not intend to keep you here all evening. So we are going to invite at this time our Vice Principal Academic, Mrs. Carol Walters, to extend to you the official welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Warren. Chairman of this evening's proceedings and Acting Dean of Academic Affairs, Mr. Ruiz Warren, members of the Board of Management who may have joined us on this virtual platform, our Principal, Dr. Maureen Nelson, our Vice Principal of Business and Administration, Mrs. Colleen Ricketts Evans, our Campus Director of the Frome Westmoreland Campus, Mr. Linwall McFarlane, Mrs. Vinette Ferron Hall and her team from the Student Services Department, who are responsible for organizing this town hall meeting with the principal, deans, associate deans, directors, or lecturers, last but not least, and very importantly, our parents, guardians, and well-wishers. I am delighted this evening to be extending a warm welcome to you all on this damp evening. Normally, at the start of the school year in September, we would have had an orientation session for all our parents, but COVID-19 has affected so many things in the lives of everyone and in every organization. Hence, we're just now being able to have this session with you. We are pleased and grateful that you, the parents and guardians of our primary stakeholders, our students, have joined us this evening. And although this event is happening 2 months later, we thought it was necessary to host it nonetheless. We're very happy that you have chosen to become members of the Montego Bay Community College, this noble institution. And we want to recognize you now as families of this institution. And we are very happy that you have made this smart decision to have enrolled your children in this, our institution. We are well aware of the fact that you had choices. And I want to assure you that you have made the right choice and that your children's tenure here will be a rewarding experience, COVID or no COVID. MBCC was founded in 1975, and up until recently, it was the only multidisciplinary tertiary institution in Western Jamaica. Initially, the college was designed to offer A-level courses, but over the years, we have expanded our program offerings to accommodate all individuals wishing to obtain a sound education and training. We're only 45 years old, so you will see that we're relatively young. But in our 45 years, we have made indelible marks on the higher education landscape in Jamaica, and I dare say further afield. We now have 2 campuses, and we now offer a wide range of associate degrees and certificate programs and bachelor's degree programs. And I must say to you that most of these programs are fully accredited by the University Council of Jamaica. I want to also inform you that this is the only college in the Caribbean that dared to offer a program in funeral services and mortuary sciences. And we have a seniors learning institute as well. So we have a program even for you, the parents. If you are seeking to retool or you want to occupy your time meaningfully after retirement, I'm inviting you to come to the Montego Bay Community College. We have a place for you. Today we want to sensitize you to the wide range of programs and services that we offer your children, and to ask that you partner with us in their overall growth and personal and professional development. Because we have a distinctive vision for higher education and lifelong learning, as well as for the holistic development of our students. The Board of Management, administrators, faculty, students, and our alumni are justifiably proud of the college's rich tradition of excellence. From our inception, our innovative and visionary emphasis on service, social responsibility, teaching and learning, and the advancement of knowledge has set this institution apart from other such institutions. All across Jamaica, we are known for our excellent performance in the areas of science, hospitality, and business. Our graduates are making significant contributions in all areas of the Jamaican economy and elsewhere. This has been so because of the core values we eschew. Montego Bay Community College core values are the shared values that underpin our work as an institution and our relationships with staff, students, and other stakeholders. They are the foundation on which we perform our work and conduct ourselves. Values of excellence, teamwork, respect, accountability, integrity, civil responsibility, and care. Yes, we show empathy for each other and provide encouragement and practical assistance to support each other. So this is the institution to which I welcome you as a family member this evening. You are now members of the Montego Bay Community College family. And so on behalf of the Board of Management and all of us gathered here this evening, I welcome you with open arms. Once a member, always a member. This is now your college, as much as it is ours. So please feel free to invest yourselves into the sustainable development of this institution of higher learning in Western Jamaica. I trust you will find what we will share with you this evening in this our first town hall meeting with the principal very informative and helpful. And so with that said, once again, I welcome each and every one of you and wish you a very good evening.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Carol Walters. I hope our parents are feeling, even if it's a little bit rainy where you are, you're feeling warm as we extend the warm welcome to you. And forgive me, I didn't introduce myself. I am Ruiz Warren, Acting Dean of Academic Affairs, and I'll be leading out the proceedings this evening. I must tell you that I am also a proud member of the Montego Bay Community College, not only as a lecturer, but I was a student here, and I joined the staff here, and I must tell you my son is in 11th grade and he will be here next year as well. So third generation. So this is my family, and I can tell you, when I tell you that this has been a wonderful place to grow and to develop, then I am not telling you hearsay. Or I'm not sharing a cunningly devised fable. I am telling you what I have experienced. So you have made the best choice to send us your young ones for their tertiary education. Thank you very much, Mrs. Walters, once again, for your kind words of welcome. At this time, we move to our main feature, which is the presentation by the address by our principal. I invite you to help me welcome her, Dr. Maureen Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Warren. Our Vice Principal of Academics, Mrs. Carol Walters, our Chair for this evening's Town Hall meeting, Mr. Ruiz Warren, our Acting Dean for Academic Affairs, those persons who have joined us virtually, our Board of Management, those members that have joined us, our deans, or directors, or campus director, the Westmoreland campus, all our academic staff, our administrative staff, and our ancillary staff. They promised they were going to be joining us virtually as well. Our parents, and you are the ones that we're here for this evening. The fact that we're speaking to you virtually indicates the disruption that we're experiencing during this period. Normally, like Mrs. Walters said, we would have had you in the lecture theater or in the auditorium, depending on the numbers, sharing in the orientation of our parents, because we know that you have made the best decision in choosing Montego Bay Community College for your child, your children, higher education. I want to express gratitude to those persons who are here in the room. We know that many persons wanted to be here, but again, because of the restrictions, they are not here. But I want to applaud my Vice Principal, Mrs. Walters. She had a very long day today with that seminar that she's doing for the institution. My Dean for Technical Services and his team, Mr. Farquharson, they're always here to assist us when we make this presentation, and we have been doing them because we have no choice virtually. The marketing officer, Ms. Reed, our nurse from the Student Services, Nurse Sukro, and also a special welcome and gratitude to the team from Ventura who have been serving Montego Bay Community College for a number of years. We're really happy that you're here assisting us in getting this virtually to our audience. We want to thank you so much, Mr. Graham. You're on the team. We appreciate the support over these many years. Now, parents, with the impact of COVID-19, we here at Montego Bay Community College must achieve the impossible by maintaining our viability of our institution and beating all the odds. We have no choice. We are an institution of excellence. The global community has been challenged by COVID-19. However, we are grateful that we can still deliver excellent service to all our stakeholders. We were forced into remote learning in March, but parents, we have now understood how to offer online service to our students. We know at the start it was extremely difficult and challenging. The students, the teachers, the parents were frustrated at times because of the changes that were made. But now I have heard from our deans, our lecturers, and students, and some parents as well, that the online learning experience for our students have improved significantly. They're now able to maneuver the Microsoft Teams platform, the Moodle platform, and they're enjoying their classes. We're really happy for that. And I want to commend the team, especially those lecturers who have been working 24/7 with some of these students to get them through the process and enable them to achieve their educational goals. I want us as parents to assist us because your role is critical at this time. More so because they're at home and we are not seeing them face to face to ensure that they're doing their part at home. So we need your support. We need you to ensure that they enforce all the rules from our code of conduct. Not because they're not here face to face, but we want them to be role models of Montego Bay Community College. So we are depending on you. We have been able to provide support to the students in various ways. And with the impact of COVID-19, through the Board of Management, we're able to provide assistance in different ways to our students. So parents, you are aware that we were able to put in some flexible payment plans. What that meant was that persons haven't gotten the qualifications to enter a tertiary institution were unable to come up with the fees that were charged for the programs. But what I did then, and still will be doing, is to ask you as parents to make the commitment for your child, your children, to the college and make the payment as low as $20,000. Now what this meant was that there will be payments that must be made monthly, and I'm going to ask you to fulfill your end of the bargain because I made that arrangement with you with this flexi payment plan. You agree that you're going to make some monthly payments in small amounts, and that is what we're working with. We also were able to reduce all the late fees, all the administrative fees, all the partial payment fees that would have been incurred under normal circumstances. But because we have been disrupted by COVID-19, we have reduced all those late fees, all those administrative fees. So you have been given that opportunity. I want you to use it and use it effectively. We were also able to provide assistance for some of our students who were unable to get onto the online classes because of lack of devices. I'm fully aware that there are some persons who are having challenges with data and connectivity, and we are trying to assist those students who are having real grave difficulties in getting these devices. So what I did, we looked at our needy students, our most needy students, and we have provided tablets. I really love it today, it could be laptops, Mrs. Walters. We have provided some tablets for these students. Some of them were using their parents' phones, some of them were using their relatives' phones for classes, unable to be on at all times. So those individuals, we have identified those individuals, and we have provided the assistance for them so that they can transition to this online learning platform. I want you to also note that we have a set of staff members that are determined to get these students the results that they have the potential to achieve. These staff members are working relentlessly with these students to ensure that they get the information they need. But we're asking parents to encourage the students to make sure that they do all the things that they must do in terms of their tests, their assessments, and if they're having challenges, to communicate with their lecturers. I also want to inform you that the library is available to be used remotely. There are many databases that the students have the access to through their iSIMs, and these databases, EBSCOhost, Emerald Insight, ProQuest, eBook Central, SpringerLink, can all be accessed from home or wherever they are. And it has the resources that they need to enhance their presentations in those papers that they're asked to do. It also allows them to use the ebooks that are available. So I encourage the students to make sure you use the facilities that are available for you through your iSIMs. You can also access past papers, and if you follow us on our Instagram page, you will get all the information that you need from the library. I know that persons might need to borrow books physically, and those persons who need to come in on campus to get the books physically, that is also available to you. But we must adhere to the protocols that have been established by the Ministry of Health, which we have enforced here at Montego Bay Community College. And what that means is that when you get on campus by the security post, you're going to be sanitized. You're going to have your temperatures checked. You must be wearing a mask, and you must physical distance when you get on the campus. So those basic things, those protocols must be observed. They must be upheld during the period you're here on the campus. So you can come into the library and you can access the books that you need physically. And I was also told by the librarian, Mrs. Crawford, that you can get the past papers from CAPE and CSEC if you come on campus as well, because those are not yet online. So we are assisting the students in all the ways possible to ensure that they have a successful and rewarding tenure while they're here at Montego Bay Community College. Now parents, I want to tell you about the Ministry of Education's K-13 strategy. This is where the ministry provides support for students who have completed grade 11 in August, and this is August 2020. So these students have been successful in 5 subjects, including English language and mathematics and 3 others. There is a grant available of $80,000 for each student. So the student might be doing CAPE. The student might be doing an associate degree in any of our associate degrees: business, hospitality, computer, MIS, engineering, architecture, social work, psychology, criminal justice, clothing and fashion designs, culinary arts, you name it, any of those associate degrees. Or the student might be doing our CAP program. These students have been granted this $80,000 by the Ministry of Education. Now the parents will ask, when will they know that the student has gotten this grant? The students were asked to complete the form submitted from the Ministry of Education for this K-13 strategy. They were filling in either Pathway 1A, which is the traditional CAPE, Pathway 1C, which is the associate degrees, or Pathway 2, the technical for the CAP. Having completed the forms, we have now submitted them to the Ministry of Education. They will process those forms to verify that the students, 1, completed in August 2020, 2, has the requirements of the 2 main subjects, English language and mathematics, and 3 others. For those CAP students, they would have completed their grade 11. So those documents have been submitted to the Ministry of Education. We now await their feedback for the sums to be disbursed to the institution. You also will ask, what if I've paid the entire fees for my child? Then you will be reimbursed this $80,000 that will be sent for your child when we get the document. So you don't have to worry about that $80,000. As long as it is verified and submitted to the institution, it will be placed on the student's account, or if you desire, to have the refund given to you. We know that IDs should have been done for our students because we want them to be able to come on the campus for whatever reason I mentioned using the library earlier. And so we're going to start the process of getting our first-year students their identification cards. Again, because of the limitations of the Ministry of Health and the numbers that can be on the campus, students will be advised, because it's going to be the day that they are not having classes, as of next week, Monday, to come in to have their IDs taken and distributed to them. And this is going to be done through the registry and through the IT department. So students, you need to look out for the email indicating to you when you will be on campus to get your IDs taken. We have a history of excellence in our CAPE performances. We have been among the best in the country. And I just want to inform you that for the 2020 examinations that were just completed, we have an overall pass rate of 95%, which is above the national average, and we're accustomed to this kind of performance. We are so proud of the lecturers that have committed to the dedication and hard work and assisting the students to achieve these excellent results. But the CAPE payments are now upon us for this academic year 2020-2021. As a matter of fact, the deadline for payment was last Friday, November the 13th. I've heard on the news from the JTA president, Mr. Gabriel, that they're seeking some extension because of issues that they were having with the payment of fees, and we're hoping that they give the reduction because students had paid last year but had only done 1 paper. But we don't know what that is going to do for us. What we know is that we are putting together your payments. So parents, if there are students out there, and I was told by Mrs. Linton, we have a few of them, that have not yet submitted their documents, they need to do so immediately. But interestingly, the ministry gave a subsidy to the parents for the students who are doing CAPE. What they did, they have this incentive program where they're offering to pay for 3 CAPE subjects. If you're in year 1, they would pay for communication studies and 2 other subjects. If you're in year 2, they have paid for Caribbean studies and 2 other subjects. The criteria that they have laid down: the student must be a Jamaican, 1. 2, the student should not be older than 20 years. 3, the student should not be repeating a CAPE subject. And 4, the student must have the prerequisite subject, meaning you must clear Unit 1 of the particular subject for them to pay for Unit 2. So those are the incentives that have been available for our CAPE students. I hope by now we have made the payments. I'm inviting the students to take in the document so that your data can be entered. Having taken in the documents, the team from the Faculty of Arts and Sciences, Mrs. Linton and Mr. Graham, will be entering the data on the portal of the overseas exams. What it's requiring of us later on is to invite you to come in and check the data to ensure that your information is correctly recorded. Why? Because we're dealing with human beings and we are prone to errors. So we want to ensure that the data that we're sending up for you is accurate. If you do not come in and check the data and there is an error, there are consequences for that because it's going to require a payment. And we don't want to ask you to pay any extra funds at all. So I'm going to implore on you, when that email is sent to you, come in, verify the data, and ensure that the subjects that you're paying for, the subjects that you're registered for, the subjects that you have been studying to do have been recorded. In addition, check your date of birth, check the spelling of your name, and ensure, because when the certificate comes, it is going to come with that information. So I'm going to implore you to come in when the information is sent to you by your dean or associate dean later this semester. Parents, an important area of the CAPE is the internal assessment. And they have asked me to implore on you the importance of this item. It is critical because last year you'd have seen where it was the internal assessment that was used with a multiple choice paper that determined the grade that you got for your CAPE. So it means that you must work extremely hard in putting together this project that you have decided to do as your IA. Parents, ensure that they meet the deadlines that are set out by the lecturers, because they're going to be given a schedule as to when what is to be submitted for corrections and for them to get back their responses. Ensure that this is followed keenly so that they produce an excellent internal assessment paper. Looking forward to your support with that. They must complete all their tests. They must complete all their assessments, and they must attend and participate in the various subject areas to ensure the success.
Go ahead.
So we encourage all our students, speak with your dean, speak with your associate dean. Any issues that you're having, ensure that they're informed of it so that we can assist you and clear up all the challenges before you get to frustration point. It's important. You need to check your emails regularly because that is how we must communicate with you virtually. Check your emails through iSIMS regularly. Go to the Instagram page for information. I understand too we have a Facebook page, all the social media platforms that we have. I want you to use them so that you can communicate with us and we assist you in getting through with your courses. I want to inform you of some outstanding performances and events coming up for the Faculty of Hospitality. The first year students over the years host a seminar which is normally held in our lecture theatre. Now, because of the impact of COVID, it has to be done virtually. So there's going to be an online hospitality seminar that will be held tomorrow, Friday, at 1 p.m. And importantly, the guest speaker for this event, for this hospitality seminar, is our Honorable Minister, Ed Bartlett, Minister of Tourism. He has been assigned and agreed to be the guest speaker for this event for the first year students hospitality seminar, and we are really looking forward, Mrs. Walters, to that presentation tomorrow. The Tourism Action Club is also making great waves in their contributions and support And they, over the years, have made visits to different homes. This year, they're going to the Garland Hall Children's Home for their Christmas offerings of care packages. And this they're going to be doing at the end of November. I must commend the faculty and staff in the hospitality for these arrangements that have been made, these contributions that have been made to the different bodies. And another outstanding performance within the faculty is that we have some certified culinarians who recently completed the American Culinary Federation certificate program. And I must inform you, ladies and gentlemen, that I know Ms. Thompson would be bragging and boasting about this afternoon, this evening, that 55 students pursued this program and only 4 students were successful. These 4 students are from Montego Bay Community College. Outstanding. Mrs. Christie, Paulette Christie, has been working so hard with these individuals. We must commend Mrs. Christie for this kind of result. 55 students, only 4 succeeding. From Jamaica, I mean, this is just 4 students from Jamaica, and they're from Montego Bay Community College. Outstanding. She has also informed me that 11 of our present culinary arts students who are in the second year of the program will be pursuing this program as well in January to March of next year. Commendation to the Faculty of Hospitality. Ladies and gentlemen, you are aware that the Ministry of Health has imposed restrictions on what we do here on the campus. But I just want all the parents to know that the principal, the vice principals are always on campus to assist in any situation that is required. We are here. If you need our assistance, you can get it. Just come in, call in, make the arrangements. We're going to accommodate you. We're going to assist you. There are the protocols that must be observed. I mentioned it earlier. Nurse Sukra is going to come in and give us some more details. But we at Montego Bay Community College has ensured that there's a schedule for our team to get sanitization done when we're finished with any rooms. When we're opening doors and closing doors, they are sanitized and so on. So we have that here at the college to ensure that we remain COVID-free. But the team, the administrators are here. The principal is always here. The vice principal, academic and administration, they are here to assist you. And the entire administrative staff and the ancillary staff are always here to assist in whatever area that is needed. The semester ends in January this time simply because we started in October. So this semester will end in January. Our examinations will be conducted during January the 18th to the 31st, unlike we had in the past where exams were in December. But the fact is we started a month late, and so to make up for it, the examinations have been pushed back. So our second semester will start in February. I implore you parents to ensure that you make those payments for semester 1 so that the student can write those examinations, albeit there are going to be online assessments being done. But your commitment was for the payments to be done in small portions and paid over by the end of the semester. So you have all the time, continue making those small payments. I don't want you to wait until January when it's examination time during the week of the 18th that you're coming to seek more assistance because the child is not able to get the assessment done. Hold on to your end of the agreement. Be a man to your word and fulfill your portion because we have done our part here at the college. I know that we would have had the deans with us under normal circumstances, but again, this is an abnormal situation that we're in. This is our new normal. So they're not here with us this evening, but I'm going to leave their contacts so that you can communicate with them. And I know they're making arrangements to have individual faculty sessions with parents. I'm going to leave with you their contact information. But I also want to inform you that we know that students might be going through some emotional challenges, having some psychosocial problems. We have our guidance counselors here at the college to assist us and assist these individuals. We just need to know. So if we have any situations at all like that, parents, and you want our help and assistance, we are here to provide it for you. The dean for that faculty of student services, the leading guidance counselor in the college, Mrs. Ferron Hall, can be contacted 876-826-1571. I'll repeat Mrs. Hall's number, 826-1571. Contact information for the other deans: Mr. Graham, Faculty of Arts and Sciences, 826-1534. Mrs. Grant Williams, 826-1494. Mrs. Higgins Thomas, 826-1647. Miss Thompson, Hospitality, 826-1604. I know we have a lot of questions. I know I've spoken too long, seeing getting the cue, but we want to answer the questions that you have. So that is the reason why we're having this town hall meeting. So I'm going to thank you for joining us, and I look forward in responding to your questions. Thank you all very much. Have a great evening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nelson, for that comprehensive address. You have covered every corner of this town hall, and our parents should know every crevice and corner of this college and what we have to offer and what we have been doing over the last few weeks that we have begun this academic year. And as you heard, as comprehensive as our presentation have been, we know that you still have questions and you still have concerns, and we are here to answer them. So very soon after the nurse's presentation, you can go to the live chat that you have. We'll be monitoring the live chat for your questions, and as best as possible, we are going to ask Dr. Nelson to respond to those questions that you have put forward. At this time, we're going to invite our Nurse Sukra. Sukra sounds like sugar, so she's our sweet nurse, and she's going to share with you some information on health-wise and in terms of our COVID protocols here at the college. Welcome her, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. And for this disclaimer, I'm removing my mask so that you can hear me properly. To our members of the Board of Management of this institution, our principal, Dr. Maureen Nelson, our vice principals, Mrs. Carol Walters and Mrs. Rickett Evans, our chairperson for this afternoon, Mr. Rose Warren, members of the IT and marketing department, members of Ventura Photo and Videography Services, the Froome campus team, other members of staff, students, and our focus of the evening, our parents. On behalf of the Student Services Department, thank you to each one of you for being here with us this evening. We are very pleased to be able to welcome those of you who have been with us for the past academic year, as well as those of you who are new to the Montego Bay Community College. I am happy to note that we have been inspected and approved by the Ministry of Health to have face-to-face practical classes for students in the hospitality department. In keeping with the Ministry of Health protocols, we would like for you to encourage your child to take note. Adhere to all Ministry of Health protocols, whether you are on campus or off campus. These include appropriately wearing your face mask. While in public spaces, masks should always be worn properly. It should fit snugly on the face, covering the nostrils and the mouth. A clean mask should be worn each day. Mask etiquette is equally important as wearing the mask properly. They should be washed and stored in a clean case. We ask that your child frequently clean hands through hand washing and sanitization. We have gone to the length and breadth of installing non-touch hand washing stations on various sections of the campus. We also have installed hand sanitizer dispensers in various sections of the campus. We ask that while on campus, your child utilize these facilities in cleaning their hands. We ask that your child cooperate with the protocols put in place by the college. Signs are displayed throughout the campus with COVID-19 protocols. For our safety and yours, we ask that you encourage your child to observe and follow these protocols. Keep 6 feet physical distance while in public spaces. 6 feet physical distance while in public spaces. And you hear me repeating it because when they come out, they tend to forget. Even if they're wearing a mask. We want them to stay home. Stay home when experiencing COVID-19 symptoms. Now, if you're having serious COVID-19 symptoms, you're required to seek immediate medical care. And if you're having those symptoms, it's going to sound something like this: shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, loss of speech or mobility, confusion, as well as chest pain. If you're having most common symptoms, these would include fever, cough, tiredness, loss of taste or smell. Less common symptoms include sore throat, headache, aches and pain, diarrhea, red or irritated eyes, rash on the skin, or discoloration of the fingers and toes. But most importantly, we want you to take note that a person may have the virus and display no symptoms at all. If you or your family member exhibit these symptoms mentioned, please contact the Ministry of Health and isolate for a minimum of 14 days. If your child is to attend any practical sessions, please contact the lecturer and keep your child at home. We want the students to stay home if they have been exposed to someone, to a close contact who has tested positive for the virus, or if a person is waiting for a result. Should you or your child be in close contact with anyone that is waiting for a result, we kindly ask that you stay at home until the result is known. Contact the lecturer to indicate that the child will not be able to attend the practical session. I encourage you to contact the Ministry of Health to report any ill health. The numbers will be provided for you in the chat. We want you to take careful note of the following: the effects of prolonged use of electronic devices. Yes, our lives have changed, but excessive use of electronic gadgets develop musculoskeletal disorders. So you have what is called repetitive strain injury, or RSI for short. It's a chronic condition that develops because of repetitive, forceful, or awkward movements for the neck, the shoulders, the forearm, the hand, which can cause pain, weakness, numbness, or impairment of motor control. Prolonged use of electronic gadgets causes computer vision syndrome, which manifests as eye strain, dryness, irritation, burning sensation, redness, blurred vision, and double vision. We're recommending that you use a 20-20 rule, and this is after every 20 minutes, you take a 20-second break, look 20 feet, and blink your eyes. It also causes mental health problems, so you might find that your child or ward, even yourself if you have to work from home, may experience anxiety, depression, stress, low self-esteem, especially when you go on too much social media, irritability, sleep disturbance, insomnia, and digestive problems. Use of electronic devices can also affect you in terms of blue light. So basically, the retina is the initial site of vision formation, and it is also the lesion site of various blinding eye diseases. It plays an important role in preventing blindness. Blue light can penetrate through lens to the retina and cause retinal photochemical damage. We're recommending that you use and approve anti-blue light glasses or screen cover would be a good choice to reduce light-induced injury. So all of us now have to log on. We're online for various hours. We have the computer screen very close to our eyes. But by next year, all of us will be going to see the ophthalmologist and we'll be wearing glasses. We want you to take breaks. We are no longer active as we used to be. And I'm going to tell you one word that nobody wants to hear. Exercise. Exercise has several benefits, and these include but is not limited to. It helps the body release chemicals that can improve your mood and make you feel more relaxed. This helps you to deal with stress and reduce your risk of depression. Exercise can help you to fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. It delivers oxygen and nutrients to your tissues and help your cardiovascular system to work more efficiently, and it helps in controlling and preventing chronic conditions. We are recommending 30 minutes of physical activity per day, and this does not include walking to the fridge to take anything to eat. This can be done in the comfort of your home. You can log on online, go on YouTube. There are videos there that you can watch and do the exercises. You do not have to go to the gym where you'll be more exposed to the COVID-19 virus. So absolutely no excuses on the exercise. I want you to maintain a healthy diet. There's an old adage that says, eat to live, not live to eat. In other words, let your food be your medicine. You want to avoid food that are high in sugar, fat, and caffeinated beverages. You want to stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water, not coffee. Eat lots of fresh fruits and vegetables. Eat a balanced diet with food sources from all the food groups. Eat small amount of food frequently as opposed to one large meal. So you're eating throughout the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you snack in between, as opposed to waiting until midnight. You're gorging down everything on the 1, 2, 3, 4 section of the shelf in the fridge, and then you can't sleep or you get nightmares. All right? Eat food that helps to maintain a healthy immune system. Most important, importance of good mental health. We want you to observe behavioral changes in your child. So rapid changes in personality, failing grades, persistent sadness, anxiety, not bathing, not eating, using drugs, sleep pattern changes. These are things that would indicate depression, and we want you to take a note of that. Most importantly, take any talk about suicide seriously, very seriously. Get help. We want you to make contact. So our guidance counselors, Dean of Student Services, Mistress Vinit Farran Hall, her telephone CUG number is 826-1517. Mr. Gerard Gale, 826-1981. Mr. Donovan McIntosh, 826-2010. Or of course, you can call Nurse E at the college's landline 633-7830. My extension is 2276. The Ministry of Health contact, we can put that in the chat for you. One very last point, which is very, very important, and that would be participation in personal development classes. No, a lot of students, they don't like this class. They see it as very unimportant. However, this class is mandatory. It's a requirement for graduation. Class attendance and participation is very important to passing. So please ensure that the attention that your child is giving to all the other classes, they're also giving it to this class. Don't wait until the end of the 2 years. You're not able to graduate and you say you don't know why. Oh, they didn't go to their personal development classes because they didn't see it as important. Very important for them to attend. Ask them about it. Please ensure that they're participating in the classes as well. I just want to say thank you for participating in today's proceeding. Once again, welcome to the Montego Bay Community College. I'm wishing you a very safe and Merry Christmas. It's very early, but it's coming. And a safe 2021. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nurse Sukra. I must admit that she provided information that I needed. And I didn't know that I should 20 minutes I should look away for 20 seconds and that kind, and blink and that kind of thing. She's talking about getting glasses. I need glasses already because of the amount of time I am spending online with my students and marking papers and doing all those kinds of things, delivering lectures and so forth. Boy, it's a new dispensation, and the more information you have is the more the better choices that you can make as we seek to navigate this period. Now it is time to respond to your questions, and I'm going to invite Dr. Nelson to come forward as she will answer the questions that we have found here in the chat. And the first question to you, Dr. Nelson, is someone is asking, what if I am unable to make my monthly payment? That question came in quite early in the chat.
Or Mr. Warren, if the parent is unable to make the monthly payment, it would mean that by the time they get to January,
so the mic is here.
by the time they get to January, they would have paid off for semester 1. So if you're unable to pay the monthly payment that should have been paid for the end of October, you're going to try and catch up by November. But whatever happens, throw your partner like you told me you're going to do, whatever it is, you must make the payments for semester 1 by the time we get to examination on January the 18th.
Okay. All right, parents. So we are counting on you to do your best to make sure that those payments are in. The second question we have here, someone is asking, when will practicals for courses like HTM and food and beverage and culinary students begin? Okay.
The practicals for the hospitality students should begin next week. I know the practicals for the clothing and fashion started already, but the food and beverage students should start their practical next week. I think the land surveying one should start next week as well, or they've started already. I think the land surveying ones will be coming in next week as well. So those practical courses should all be starting by next week.
And I'm sure that the lecturers will make the students aware so that they will know on what days they should come in for those practicals as well. So those arrangements have been made. Your students will get all the information they need regarding the practicals. This question is about the K-13 program, and someone is asking if the grant is still available.
The grant information was submitted to the ministry last week because we were asked to submit the information last week. What we tried to do here at the college was to capture all the students who came in from high schools with the 5 subjects or more, inclusive of the English and Maths, and place them on the list. We have 84 students we submitted for the CAPE, 159 that we submitted for the associate degrees, and 31 for the CAP. So I hope that is captured by the student who is asking that question.
Okay. All right, this question says, good evening, just reach on, what about the 80,000 grant from government? I guess you just responded to that question, so I'll move on to the other. What is the plan for? Okay, this one is also about practical courses as well. It says, what is the plan? We just addressed that as well. I am still monitoring the chat. Let me see one more question here. I have to refresh. Are you offering bachelors of social work come January?
We are planning on doing the bachelor's. We're hoping that Mr. Warren will get a cohort to start in January. We had a few students, I think 3 students who had applied. But of course, we have to have at least 15 students to start any of these programs. So we are hoping that we'll get the applications in so that we can start in January. We definitely can start the programs in January, but we have to have the cohort so that it can be economically viable to run for the entire year.
All right, the questions are coming in, and we are monitoring the chat. Let me see if I could go to the question, the last question. I'm trying to get there. Yes, it says, what about, oh, this one again is about the 80,000 grant. There are a lot of questions about this 80,000 grant. I guess it's the $80,000 question tonight. But she just spoke to it. Let me see if we could move on to another question, and then she might just address that one as well. Yes. Are there any more scholarships open for first-year students? Well, it's interesting that you asked. I can respond to that one. We recently got response for the Spanish Jamaica Foundation, which they have provided scholarships each year, and we were uncertain about whether they would be providing those scholarships this year, but we have gotten the information from the Spanish Jamaica Foundation that they will be providing all the scholarships that they usually finance. And I have sent out to the students. Yes, this is over $600,000 worth of scholarship. I have sent out the application forms via the email. That is why students need to check their college email, because that's the way we can communicate with you. We have also placed the information on the college website. We have placed it on the platforms that the Instagram page and so forth. So the information is there, the application form and the announcement in terms of the criteria and so forth. And so these are scholarships that first-year students can access. So just check their website, check your email. You should get the information on that. Okay, yes, the questions are coming in. And I am learning to navigate okay, did not get to join from the beginning. What the date for the ID pictures? Just to repeat that, Doctor.
All right, so we are going to start taking IDs of our first-year students starting on Monday, next Monday. The information is going to be sent to the students as to the day they will be coming in, because we cannot have all the students on the campus. Check your email. This is what we have been saying since we have started. We can only communicate with you through your emails on iSIMS. Our schedule is going to be prepared and you'll be informed. More than likely, it's going to be the day that you do not have classes assigned. So we're going to be working with those dates.
Yes, and somebody's asking if they should wear a uniform.
Yes.
To take the pictures.
Yes, they must be in their uniforms to get their photographs taken. Yes, they must be in their uniforms. Just let me talk about the $80,000 for the last time.
Yes.
The ministry has offered a grant for students who have been successful in their examinations and completed these exams in August of 2020. So if a student is here at the college, has 5 subjects inclusive of English and math, pursuing our CAPE program or associate degree program, they qualify for this grant. The student should have completed this K-13 strategy application form and submitted it to the office, because we have now submitted to the ministry 84 students who have applied through the CAPE program, 159 students who have applied through the associate degree programs, and 31 students who have applied through the CAP program. If you have already paid all the fees for your child and the ministry verified your results, verified your information, supply the $80,000 to the institution for your child, that $80,000 will be refunded to you. If you have not paid all the fees, you have made a small payment, as soon as we have got the information, we will inform you that we have now got the permission, the funds are here at the college, $80,000 will be deducted from the student's fee and the balance will be paid by you. So that $80,000 is available. I'm hoping that you would have completed the form for that $80,000 if you fulfill the criteria I mentioned.
Yes, and this question about labs for students in pre-university.
Those are on hold. The labs for the students during the pre-university program will be on hold for some time. We're trying to get in the theory aspect of all those courses. And so sometime next semester, we should be getting in those labs. And again, we're going to be bringing in students in small batches. So we're hoping that you'd have completed most of the theory, and those that can be offered online, because some things can be done online, I'm told, but those that you must be in the labs to do, those are going to be for next semester.
Okay, this is really, the person said this is not a question, but to remind the lecturers to record their classes. As a lecturer myself, there are times when you're eager to get the lesson started, you forget to record. But we encourage the students to remind the lecturers when they get into the virtual space to start the recording, because I know most lecturers are aware of the protocols as far as those recording the classes are concerned. So thank you very much. As a result of COVID restrictions, will the hospital students work in pairs as usual or individual for the practical sessions? Mrs. Walters, who is a former dean of that faculty and still teach lecturers in that faculty, will respond to that question.
The students will no longer be working in pairs, and as a matter of fact, we have divided the classes so we will have no more than 10 students in the lab at any one time. We are adhering to the protocols that have been laid down to us, and so we are counting even the staff members who will be in the room. So overall, there will not be any more than 15 persons in the lab. 10 students, the lecturer, the lab assistants, and the cleaners, because we are going to be making sure that we keep sanitizing the labs throughout the practical sessions. So you don't have to worry. We have already put those measures in place.
Okay, I think, don't move, Ms. Walters. I think you can respond to this question about the Spanish Jamaica scholarship. Will it be for first year or second year students? As far as I can remember, it is for first year students. But I think you are,
Yes.
okay. Yes.
It's usually offered to both, and I have to tell you that the foundation is very conscious of who gets the scholarship. I think for them, they want to know that the students are really in need. So that's the first thing that they look at. They want to know that the person is really, really in need of the assistance. So whether you're first or second year, and you meet most of the other criteria, you will be awarded the scholarship. Usually, we try to divide the funds, you know, so that it can share among as many persons as possible based on the need. So some persons will get what they regard as full scholarships of $100,000, and some will get maybe $50,000 or so. But we try to assist persons who are really, really in need with that particular scholarship.
Okay, I smiled when I saw this question. Will teachers be required to be a little accommodating due to the pandemic? We've already been very accommodating to our students. That accommodation, I don't know what that person have in mind in terms of accommodation, but in spite of the fact that we are having virtual classes, we still have to maintain certain standards. And we whatever you achieve, we want to know that it is of some value. So we are not going to devalue what we are offering our students, and therefore the standards have to be maintained. But of course, our lecturers are going beyond the call of duty to make sure that they are available to you. Sometimes we get WhatsApp messages from our students. Normally, if we came here for 8:30 to 5:30, we would go home and that's it. But now we are almost working 24/7 because we are in virtual space. And I know, we have been, checking on students who have issues with internet access and so forth. So I know students who have been, having internet access, and you say to them, well, if you can't access the Moodle site, you have WhatsApp, you try to use the platform to get to them and so forth. So we will be very accommodating, but of course, excellence has to be maintained here at the college. Thank you very much for that question anyway. And going back to the chat and making sure that we cover as many of the questions you have. We have about 18 minutes left. We hope to get out of here by 7:30. And this question, January exams will be online or physical? I think we already, that was said by our principal, that the exams in January will be online and so forth. The students will get information as the time progresses about these online examinations. In fact, they are already getting practice in using the online platforms for exams, because the unit tests that they have been doing and other coursework pieces have already been using that medium for the examination. So January exams will be online as well. How long is the Christmas break? What is the start and the end dates?
We break in on December the 18th, and we come back on January the 4th, I think. That period is our Christmas break. Yes, yes.
Okay, so if it is a choice of the student, can we complete our internship hours for this semester? Internship.
No. A decision has not been taken.
No, the internship is not something that is being done right now.
No.
Because organizations are very reticent in terms of getting students into their space because of the COVID pandemic. So we will update you as far as the internships are concerned, but right now they are on hold. But don't worry about it, we are making sure. This is another area where there will be accommodations, all right? Let me see if I could get to the question. This question says, I think this is the last question we have. Okay, one just came in, so let's get to it. That's the 20th question, Doc. We have been doing we've been doing well so far.
I think so.
Is the electricity at home being gone a valid excuse for missing class and or test? We have gotten a lot of that. Electricity is out, and a lot of the accommodations, we have to, in many instances, rely on the honesty of our students. And that is why we are speaking to parents as well. And I know parents are responsible and will not accommodate their students being dishonest with us. And so when they indicate to us that there are genuine issues as far as electricity or the internet is down, we usually take it at face value, because we do not have a team to send out to check if electricity is gone in your area. But we hope that as parents monitoring your wards, that you will make sure that they are attending their classes. Because even if the electricity goes out and they miss a class, there's opportunity for making up. Most of the lectures are recorded, so they can access the recording, whatever exercise and activities that the lecturer gives. It is on the virtual learning platform, and so they can access those material, they can access the activity. So even if they miss a class, it doesn't mean that they miss opportunity for learning. So it's no excuse for not doing well if the electricity goes out sometimes. All right, I see a few more questions. Let me hasten on to these questions. Okay, this one say, is there any set date for when we are physically coming back to school? Somebody seems to be very eager to get back to school, but there is no fixed date. All of this depends on how the pandemic plays out, and the government makes that decision. I know that some of our students are very eager to come back to the physical classroom, but we can't say, when you will get back here physically. Will students be given the option to continue classes online after the pandemic? Well, certainly this pandemic has given us the opportunity to rehearse for online learning, and I'm sure that we are not going back to just physical classroom. I'm certain that going forward you're going to see a blend of both physical and online learning. It is something that we have wanted to do for a very long time, and now we have gotten good practice, and I think we can learn from this experience, and we can use it as we move forward. So certainly we intend to look at that and to make sure it becomes part of the offerings that we have here at Montego Bay Community College. All right, we have questions still coming in. The email I got about the Spanish scholarship says second, third, and fourth year students. The third year student is the first year of the bachelor's degree. So that's the first year we're talking about. If you finish the associate degree, your second year you can get the scholarship. And then if you're going on to the bachelor's degree, which is your first year in the bachelor's program, you can access the scholarship, as well as if you're a third year student in the bachelor's program, you can access. So it's second, third, and fourth. No, the third year student would be the first year of the bachelor's, and the fourth year student would be finishing up. Okay? So, and especially it requires that you the requirements are there in the document, so you just have to pay some attention to it. All right, I think those are the questions we have for now, and I just maybe give the principal a few minutes to give a closing. No? You're seeing some more? All right, my technical team tells me that I should check maybe my phone is a little bit slower than theirs. Mine is not of the expensive type as okay. This question says, what measures are being put in place to address the situation where students are muting the mics of the teachers and students and removing them from meeting, resulting in no class being kept? I wasn't aware of that situation, but our Dean of Technical Services is here. I don't know if he can respond to that particular question. Mr. Farquharson is coming forward to the microphone to take that particular question. I've never had that experience as a lecturer, but some people have that experience.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, unfortunately, we've been having a number of students who are being very disruptive when it comes on to classes, and I'm really disappointed that at this stage, adult learners are behaving in such a disruptive manner. However, the information has recently come to the Department of the Technical Services, and we are now investigating it. One of the things I want you to remember is that when you're in an online space, especially after you have signed in with your college account, you are no longer anonymous. And we have systems in place which log all the activities that are going on. So we have started the audits and we'll be looking at it. And we will be talking to the individuals or having conversations with those individuals who we find to be perpetrators of this disruptive act. We're also going to put additional systems in place to prevent that. One of the things that you'll see is that as we are going forward, we're upgrading our platforms. So you will see here that our lecturers are now getting additional resources and getting more control of the classes. And Microsoft is quickly deploying additional resources because the platforms that we're using weren't necessarily built for classroom environment. They were built for more collaborative learning where everyone has an equal opportunity to participate in the class. And that's what we're here. So it wasn't built for a situation where you have a sage on the stage and then the students are just passive participants in a class. It was built for collaborative learning where everyone in the community can learn equally, can participate fully, and have this experience. But it seems as if, because of, rules have to be put in place, which we did not intend to have in place to monitor the performance of disruptive individuals. We are hoping we don't have to be too restrictive where it is concerned, because at Montego Bay Community College, we like a collaborative approach to learning, which means that everyone in the platform would have high levels of access to be able to share their screen so that the teachers can see what they're seeing, so that we can present and we can have a more fulfilling lecture. But if this is where we have to go, then we will put the measures in place. So I say no. Please remember, when you're in an online environment, there's a lot of audit trails which monitor what you're doing. I ask you to please be on your P's and Q's, because when reports are made, we do have access to these audit trails to see what is happening. And disciplinary actions can be taken against these individuals. So again, we would prefer a collaborative environment where we do not have to put in physical IT restrictions. We would prefer if the individuals be responsible adults within their environment to take care of and to have fun in class and not be disruptive in class. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Farquharson. Yes, and just to say that you signed a code of conduct, and that code of conduct speaks to how you behave in class. And even though you're not physically here, you're in a virtual classroom, so the same rules apply. And so if you're being disruptive, it means that you do not want to be a part of a learning environment. And if that is your wish, then we will be happy to grant you that wish. Okay? Someone is asking if Mandarin course is mandatory for first year students. No, it's not mandatory. But we are offering it, and it's the Chinese, the language is becoming a global language. It's going to be required as we move forward. So we have been privileged to have a lecturer from China who is offering the Mandarin course here at the Montego Bay Community College. This is something that we have been privileged to work with the Chinese embassy on, and so he's here, and so we encourage the students to make use of the opportunity to learn Mandarin. It's not compulsory, but it is something that would be in your favor. Okay, so is it possible to use the internet at the college if you do not have it available at home while adhering to COVID regulations? Yes, we do allow students to come in to use the internet that we have on campus. Of course, the numbers have to be controlled, but we haven't had an overwhelming number of students coming in. The COVID protocols are in place to assist them. So yes, if students are having challenges at home, inform your dean of the challenge that you're having, make the arrangements, and of course you'll be allowed to come in and use the facilities that we have here. Does the Spanish scholarship apply to UTEC students? No, it's not. It's only for Montego Bay Community College students and not those doing the UTEC franchise programs. We have 3 minutes left, and I see we have 3 more questions. Let me see if I can go to them quickly. Yes. Somebody's asking about other than the government scholarships. We have sent out all the scholarships that we have here at Montego Bay Community College. They have been sent to the students. So check with your students. They have been sent to their email, or check the website. The scholarships that we have to offer is on the website and the other social media platforms. They are there, so you can check those for the scholarships. What are the criteria? I know the deadline has passed for a number of those scholarships, but for the Spanish Jamaica Foundation scholarships, the deadline is next week Friday, I believe. So those are still open. Okay, I think that those are the questions we are able to accommodate tonight. We thank you very much for sharing, and I hope we have answered your questions adequately. But of course, Dr. Nelson did indicate that they are here, the staff is here, they're available. You have got the numbers of the deans, so you can reach out to us if you need further information, clarification, and assistance. I'm just going to give Dr. Nelson a minute or so to give her closing remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Warren. I just want to express our appreciation to the team who has made this evening possible. I want to thank the parents for investing in Montego Bay Community College. You, of course, need to get reward on your investment. And the only way that is going to be achieved if we work together. We at Montego Bay Community College, we have all the resources to make the students successful. We will exploit the potentials that they have. But parents, if we do not get the support from you, then we're going to fail. And Montego Bay Community College, we do not entertain failure at all. So I seek your support in helping us in this global space that we're occupying, because everything has to be done virtually. We're trying to get some of the face-to-face classes going on for our practicals. And I know the students really want to be back where they can socialize with their friends. They want to come back, get out of the houses because they have been locked away from March. But we're going to ask you to just bear with us some more, get through this period, and if we can abide by those rules and regulations, all the protocols that the Ministry of Health is putting in place for all of us in the country, and we abide by them, they're going to be lifted sooner rather than later. But it can only be achieved if we play our part. I want to thank the team here at Montego Bay Community College, all the staff members who have made this possible, the team here on the main campus, the team on the Westmoreland campus. This is for Western Jamaica. Our focus is to educate. We want to build the economy, and we can only do that if we have a force that is here, that is educated. Ladies and gentlemen, we can achieve greatness, but we must do it together. Remember, if you need any issues to be resolved, let us know early so that we can deal with it. I don't want you to get so frustrated that you want to throw the hands up in the air. Come in if you have to come in, make a phone call, send an email. We at Montego Bay Community College will help you realize your educational dreams. I want to thank you, parents. I want to thank you for your continued support, and we will get where we want to go if you just work hand in hand with us here at Montego Bay Community College. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Ventura. Thank you, Mrs. Walters. Thank you, Mr. Warren. Thank you, Nurse Sukkar. Thank you, Mr. Farkas and the team. We appreciate it.
Yes, so good night, ladies and gentlemen. Ta-ta. All the best. Keep safe.